What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for some late breaking news for you involving Ronda Rousey and what she's doing in the WWE, what she's doing at WrestleMania, what she's doing past WrestleMania. Very interesting stuff, wrestling fans. Could make some of you happy, could make some of you very distasteful towards the WWE, quite frankly. I already know that some of you are very angry about it. I've seen the videos. I've watched the videos. Very angry about it. And it's still being a huge buzz around, so I had to come on here and give my 2 cents about it. First off, before I even get into it, thank you for coming into the podcast today. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for all notifications. Follow me on Facebook at 2007Webby. Go back and check out anything that you have missed on the channel. Raw and SmackDown live review. We found out who is in the main event for Fastlane. Raw, we found out who is in the Elimination Chamber matchup for the women, who is entering last at the Elimination Chamber event. All that plus so much more. Go back and check out my WrestleMania 8 review, amongst everything else. Thank you for following along this journey with me on YouTube. Now, Ronda Rousey. First off, what is she doing at WrestleMania? Rumors have it Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. Now, of course, rumor was she was supposed to team up with The Rock. Now, of course, that would make the most sense, right? Because of WrestleMania 31, when she was standing side by side with The Rock, when The Rock had that promo with Triple H and Ronda Rousey decimated Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Revisiting that encounter for this WrestleMania. Unfortunately, however, The Rock has another movie coming out to make, and insurance purposes, we all know is going to make it where The Rock will not wrestle at WrestleMania, most likely. So that is slim to no chance of us seeing him wrestle at WrestleMania. So, what could Ronda Rousey do if it's a tag team encounter? Braun Strowman, because of Braun Strowman and Triple H's past at the Survivor Series. Now, many people want to see Ronda Rousey in a tag team encounter. Some of you will most likely say yes, because she is green as my sweater that I have on right now, the sweatshirt I have on right now, because she has not been in a WWE matchup before, and it would be her first encounter. So what better way to get her in there so she can at least get mixed up inside the squared circle than in a mixed tag team matchup? Now, that's one way you can do it. The other way you can get inside the squared circle in a big time matchup is by putting her against Charlotte, which I really think might be the direction WWE is going to go. Because they already laid it out somewhat that Asuka was going to face whoever is the winner of the Raw Women's Championship Elimination Chamber, because of the whole triple threat which I really didn't like that they said that Asuka was going to do that when she didn't even name who she was going to face. It was like Kurt Angle just said, here, this is who you're going to face, period. So they changed what the Royal Rumble was about. But I'm not getting into that. This is about Ronda Rousey. So that leaves Charlotte wide open. Who better to face Charlotte, especially since Ronda Rousey came out at the Royal Rumble, than Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte. It's been rumored for quite some time now. Now, that is at WrestleMania. What about after WrestleMania? After WrestleMania, it is rumored that sometime down this year, because I really don't think it's going to happen at Mania, probably at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, maybe next year's WrestleMania, Ronda Rousey defeating Asuka for the first time, and Asuka will be defeated for the first time. That's what I mean. Now, if this happens, do you all know what we are reliving in a nutshell? We are reliving, we are revisiting the Undertaker's streak being broken. That's it. We are reliving that. Now, is it as special? Of course not. Of course not. But it does not need to happen. Ronda Rousey is going to be this awesome, huge mega star in the WWE for the women's division regardless. Even with the addition, if it comes true, of Paul Heyman. Because it is rumored that Paul Heyman could be her manager. Which also means that we are kind of revisiting a Brock Lesnar situation. An MMA UFC fighter coming into the WWE and having Paul Heyman as the manager. Now, that would, I absolutely agree with anybody who has said this on YouTube, any podcast, anything that would elevate the women's division from here to here instantly, just with Paul Heyman in it. Because, or the Wallers, or whatever you want to call him, depending on if you like him. Because, just think, Paul Heyman cutting promos with Ronda Rousey, hyping up all the women in the women's division, whichever show she ends up being on, which more than likely will be Raw. I can't ever see Vince McMahon putting Ronda Rousey on SmackDown if Paul Heyman is with her. But Paul Heyman hypes up the women's division here to here. instantly. And for some of the fans that really just do not listen or watch the women's division and tune it out, that might give them a reason to watch it with Paul Heyman as the manager, quite frankly. Because he's gold on the mic. But fact remains, Ronda Rousey does not need to beat Asuka's streak. You know, I did not, perfect example, I did not want the Undertaker's streak to be broken. WWE ran into that problem when they had Brock Lesnar beat the streak. And then they had Roman Reigns face him. And guess what? It didn't mean as much. If the streak was still intact, it might have actually meant something when Roman Reigns beat him. Instead, he just picked the bones. This would be the exact same thing. Asuka getting beat by Ronda Rousey. And then Asuka would get beat by someone else, and it would not mean as much. So, the question is, and the question remains, what do you all think? Do you think Ronda Rousey should be paired with Paul Heyman? Do you think Ronda Rousey should beat Asuka? Do you think Ronda Rousey should face Charlotte or somebody in a one-on-one matchup at WrestleMania? Or do you think she should be in a tag team contest with Braun Strowman or somebody that is having an issue with Triple H and face Triple H and Stephanie McMahon? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe and everything else I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.